So when I think about this concert, I'm thinking not about presenting a drum clinic. I'm trying to present a concert that features drummers. And what better way to do that than to feature the music of Buddy Rich, who basically was a great soloist with a fantastic big band, but he was the soloist artist with that band. So drummers come along. So when I'm thinking about who I want to use for this concert, I am thinking about guys who understand this music, who have a passion for this music. Steve Smith, who's one of the great, is a great historian of the instrument. He understands the art of drumming from way back. You know, great fan of Buddy Rich, did Buddy's Buddies, did the Buddy Rich Memorial Concert. So he had a natural affinity for this music, and I learnt a lot actually just from watching the way he approaches it and discussing the way Buddy Rich did it. Then, you know, more recently, Steve Gadd, one of the most important drummers in history, performed actually in this very room at the Domegate Theatre here in Northampton. And do you know what I was surprised with, which was amazing, was actually what Steve didn't do, you know, which he wasn't full on. He was just inside the music. He was playing the music. He lived and breathed the music. And for him, it was just brilliant. It was a real lesson. And in fact, I today have taken influence from just watching the way Steve approached that, so that was great. Last year we featured the great Keith Carlock, the drummer who's I think the longest serving drummer now with the band Steely Dan, who's been a great influence to so many of us and so many of the new guys, and has actually taken the art form of drumming to the next level. And then tonight, 10 years on, Benny Greb from Germany. And Benny, without doubt, is one of the most influential drummers in the world today. I know so many drummers that are influenced by Benny, some of the sounds that he's created, some of the actual products that he's been involved with as well, with the cymbal sounds, drum sounds, his whole approach. You know, he's taken the art form of drumming to the next level. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, we've heard the sound check this afternoon, he sounds good, so I think we're in for a really good night. But when I reflect back, ultimately, this is a concert that features drummers. It's not a drum clinic, so it is about the music, and tonight is about the music of Buddy Rich, celebrating 100 years since his birth, but ultimately it's a concert that features drummers. Is there a small part that's doing this for John? That's a really good question. John Brooks was the person that, he didn't force me to do anything, but he was forever saying, Ian, you've got to do that concert, that world's greatest drummer concert idea that you've got. Let's get all the drummers together. Let's get Steve White, let's get Carl Brazil, Jeremy Stacey, Neil Wilkinson, all the great British drummers. Let's get this together. You know, not for any sort of competition, but to celebrate, you know, the music of Buddy Rich. We're playing a different style of music here this evening. This is something that we would not normally get the opportunity to play. You know, a lot of the time we're playing fairly simply, backing other artists, but tonight the drum kits are at the front of the stage, so it's different. So John was really a big driving force with the very first concert, and he badgered me. You know, I work as, you know, I fly airplanes as well, and at that time I was doing a lot of flying, so I didn't actually have an awful lot of time on my hands. So I don't know how I managed to fit it in, but hey, you know, 10 years, this is the 10th concert, so it's amazing. So ultimately it's Pete Cater, my friend, who brings along the orchestra. Pete is a leading authority on this style of music. He's devoted his whole life to playing this particular style of music, this big band music. You know, I'm reluctant to say in the style of Buddy Rich, it's not really that. He's, you know, as Pete says, he's got one eye on the past and one eye on the future. But Pete's a tremendous talent. So Pete and I are the mainstay, so it is a challenge every year to think about not only the drummers that would be attractive to an audience who are very popular today, you know, making the schedules meet, making the schedules work. Generally this concert this year is in June 4th, is a little bit later. A lot of the guys go out touring during the summer, so and it conflicts with other events, so the timing has to be right. So many factors that we take into account: the timing of the gig, the artist, do they have an understanding of this type of music? Because I'm really keen to make sure this is a cohesive concert that sounds like guys who know what they're doing, not guys who are just here because they think it might be nice just to have them, or go with a big band, or you know, just something different. It's not that. This is a serious, hopefully a serious artistic event, actually a musical event.